Welcome back. Today we are going to talk about the two-point perspective abstract project. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this piece of paper here. We're going to divide it roughly in half. It doesn't need to be exactly in the middle, but it does need to be straight. And this is going to be our horizon line. Now actually, we're not going to draw in the entire horizon line because the majority of this is going to get covered up. So we're not even going to bother to put a line there. We just need to know where it is so that way we can have our vanishing points here. Now before we get started with actually drawing this out, I want you to take a peek at what this is going to look like. Now this is what it's going to end up with. We're going to have 8 boxes, or 8 shapes rather, that are going to be on here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and they're going to be all various different sizes and shapes. It's not going to be any one shape. So some of them, it is possible to have just a regular old box in here like that, but it just happens to be coming out of something. Or this little one here where it's just a regular box, but again, it's inside of something. So it is possible, not necessarily needing to be that way. So here's one, and here is another one here. This one's are a little simpler. You can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if we want to get a little more complicated, we can. So this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But this one, if we follow this along, okay, it starts here, comes through here, loops all the way around, goes behind, comes up, wraps around, comes down here, goes around, finishes, come up this way, goes back up into that. So it's one continuous loop. You don't have to do this. This is one that I did, just I was trying to kind of push the limits to see what we can do, and I'm sure I can do some more with that if I really wanted to. All right, and then here's one more. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's an 8th one in there. Now, if you look at these, you can see there are 3 shades here. So we have a white, we have a gray, and we have a black. So that's how these are going to be shaded from the various sides. So one side, so like the left side, is going to be all white. The right side is going to be all gray. And then the bottoms, or the tops, are going to be all a dark value. It doesn't necessarily have to be as dark as you can grind that in there, but it needs to be up in like the 5 to 5.5 range on our value scale out of 6. All right, so we got our horizon line drawn in. So we're going to have one line that is going to straddle that. We're going to have 3 lines that are going to give us our shapes to kind of start out with. Again, they don't need to be boxes, but if you want to start out with a box and then modify that, you can. Okay, so these need to have various different shapes. So what I'm going to do is flip this over so it slides around a little easier. And remember, our lines go straight up and down, or they go to a vanishing point. That's it. So I'm going to come over here to this vanishing point, draw a line down. And if you want to kind of have an idea as far as where you're going with this, that's great. If you don't have an idea, like I do right now, that's fine as well. You just need to make sure that you're following the rules. As long as you follow the rules of perspective, everything's going to work out just fine. Now, I'm not going to get too crazy with this. Some of you are saying, but Mr. Gast, that's already too complicated. Is it really though? Have I done anything that is really hard? Not really. I'm just following along, drawing some shapes in here. And I'm overlapping. Oops. And we're going to go like that. And see, I need to connect this to this end over here. So we're going to go up. And then we're going to come down. And we'll make a little notch right here. So we're going to go up and bring that down to that. So this is my first initial shape. And then you can do this on the other sides as well. I would say to get one all the way drawn in first, so that way you know what you have to work with, because you don't want it to get too crazy as far as stuff overlapping before you really need to. We want to have some space for these things to interact with each other. So having said that, I'm going to come in here and draw another shape just to get it out of the way, so I don't have to do a whole lot of erasing because I've already got the other one drawn in. So we're going to go like that. We'll just make this a regular old box. Okay. So this is my basic shape. So now what I need to do is I've drawn the left side. Now I need to draw the right side. So we're going to come over here. We're going to start out at the top. Get this lined up. We're going to come down, find the corner of our section here. We're going to bring that down. We're going to come up. We're going to do the same thing with the next area. We're going to come down or stop there. And then we're going to go to the next one. We're just lining up to the vanishing points, drawing our shapes down. And, you know, it's just a matter of working your way down. Some of these I may have to extend. Some of them, they'll probably be a little on the short side. So we'll get this one drawn here, and then we'll go back up to the top. All right, so I've got this. I want it to be this size right here. All right, so I'm going to come straight down. That makes my end. Put my pencil here in the corner, line that up to the vanishing point. We're going to draw that straight down. So there's the bottom of it. So this is a vertical wall here. So I'm going to come to my intersection. I'm going to draw that straight down. I'm going to come out here and draw that straight down as well. Now I have overlapped the horizon line at this point. So now I'm going to start having to draw upwards. So we're going to do this. We'll make this one a little skinnier. And then this is going to go up as well, like that. And then we've got one down here on the bottom. Go like that. And draw this up there. Now, gonna come back over here to this side for this little square that we've got. This is gonna go in over to this vanishing point. Go like that. And we're gonna do the same thing for this one here. Go like that. So that box is done. And then we come up here, and hopefully that doesn't line up exactly with it. So we're gonna do that. And we're gonna do that. So that is my first shape that is finished. So then I would come over here and work on this one. Now, what I would do, if I was going to go through all of this for this drawing, is I would have this come over here and interact with this shape, so that way it comes down and maybe it wraps around, maybe some of it sneaks in through here. You know, it's your imagination is completely open with this, hopefully. So we just need to make it to where the shapes interact, and you want to leave some space so that way you leave room for other ones. So if I want to put a little box down here, you know, I'm going to have to come in and erase this line. So it's a good idea to not draw real heavy, so that way if you do have to come in and erase, and it's not going to leave a lot of marks, because if you have to erase a lot, you know, we're going to go in and shade all this stuff. So you want to make sure that it doesn't leave divots in that tooth of the page, because if you've got some dents in the page or dents in the tooth of the paper, then that's going to be an issue. So we're going to make a little opening here. Go like that. Now, this isn't overly complicated. It looks like it is. I'm not doing anything that's really that difficult. I'm just lining stuff up with the vanishing points and drawing some lines. Okay, and have that go all the way back. Make that go away, because I've got this one right here, and I could move that over. I'm going to make this real skinny. We come up like that, and make this come up here. Actually, let's do this. I'm going to go like that. And we're gonna go like that. So that way, boom, boom, we can bring this section and over, take it inside of that. So we're gonna go like that. And then this goes to the vantage point, goes up like that. So so right there, that's 3 shapes. Okay, so I just need to have 5 more. So I can build off of this. I can have this come into that and over the top of it and then come into this. And just get some other shapes going on in there. I don't know what it's gonna look like, but we'll see. All right, so that's what we're gonna do for this. So good luck and get drawing.